Welcome back. So let us start our database and see what we can do. So here I've opened the Access, and what you see here is you can get some templates here that you can use, and you can also get more templates here that you can use to do your work. You can see, so there are templates already made for you, but for now I want us to do everything from scratch. So what we do is just hit this blank database button here, and you'll be given this option to ask for your database name. So let's just call this Access for the sake of it, then do create, and this is what you get. So these are the window, Access window that you receive. So at the top here we have our tabs as usual, which we'll explain as we move on. Now by default, Access creates kind of a template table for you to start working on. Now we don't need this one, so we'll create ours from scratch. So what we do here is just on this title here, right click and choose close. Alternatively, at the end here, you have this X here. You can click on this X, and there we are. So now you are ready to start. So if you want to create a table, sorry, you need to come to this option here, or the create tab, and you have the various options here. What you want is a table design. There we are. So here, what you have is the field name, then the data type. Select a field name and data type. So let us do something here and see. What I'll do is just do an ID first of all, and I'll give this an auto number because I want it to be a serial number that will be increasing automatically, an auto number. Then let's do something like customer ID. Now on the customer ID, I just want it to be text, so I'll leave that because it can be a combination of numbers and letters. Then I'll do first name here, and this one I'll also let it to be text. Then I'll do last name here, and this one is also text. Then I'll do a birth date, and this one we select date and time. So that drop down you have options, date and time. The next one you want is a phone number. So here we do number, or the type is number. The next one I want is let me do city here, and this one is text. And the last thing I'll do is say points. Perfect. Now what I want is I want to put a primary key on these two fields here. The first one is this is an auto-generated number. I want it to be unique in all the records. Then the customer ID here, each customer needs to have an ID that is unique from the other, so it has to be a primary key to avoid repetition. So what I'll do is I'll highlight these two rows that way, then I'll do primary key. I'll click on primary key there. Now you can see we have our keys here. Now the next thing you need to ensure is that your customer key here is indexed. So you need to come down here on the properties, and you ensure it is indexed, and they're saying duplicate. Okay, so we don't want duplicate because it's a primary key. So say yes, and duplicate no. Perfect. Now just save this table. So you can right click on it here and choose save, or you can come here and click on save. So any works. So or you can use control on your keyboard plus S, that is on window. On Mac I think it's command S. So right click, save. Let's call these customers, thing like that. So we are just creating template tables to just show how we do. So customers table, now that one is done. Perfect. Now let's do two more tables so that we'll be able to do a relationship later. So create here, and I'll come and do table design again, and we have there our field again. Now again I want an ID to serialize my data. Then the next thing I want is okay, let's call this an orders table. So we'll need the order ID, and again this will be text because it can be a combination of number, everything. Now I'll need a customer ID here because I need to know which customer made an order. So we'll do a relationship with that. The next thing I need here is we need to know which product were ordered. So let's do a product ID, and this calls for us to create a product table. So short text. Let's do the quantity quantity that you are ordered. This one is a number or the data type. Then say the unit price or the price of the quantity. So I'll just say price, and this one is currency, monetary value. And the next thing is let's say the date it was ordered, order date, so that we keep track on when the items were ordered. This one is date and time. So these two again, our primary key. So highlight, perfect. Then again repeat the order. You need to ensure it is indexed, but again we don't want a duplicate, it is unique, so no duplicates. Perfect. Save that, and let's call these orders, so that's an orders table. Perfect. Now since we have products here, we need to have a product table to hold our product. So create again, and design view, then we do our product table here. So we start with a ID, which is an auto number for the sake of indexing. Then we do product ID. Again, let it be short text, can be a combination of various things. Then we do product name. Perfect. Then we need to know how many are in stock. So quantity, let's do the quantity in stock. Let's say this is a number. Then the price of the item in stock, this currency. Then for now I think those one will work. So these two are primary key. Then primary fields, we come to the product again. Yes, duplicate. I don't think we need a duplicate here, so do that and say yes, but no duplicate. Perfect. So save these as products. Perfect. So that is our product. So save that and close. Now we can do our relationship before we start entering data into our tables. Now we just need to know that these are customers. So on this table customer ID, it needs to link with this customer ID here, and the product ID here needs to link, this product ID needs to link with this product ID here. Now there is a way we can do it by coming to database tools and do relationship here. I'll come back to that later, but what I prefer is I use something we call a lookup wizard. So now I'll come to the orders table and this customer ID here. Come to the data type here, then do this, come to the lookup wizard, and you get this option here. So you can type in the values you want, or you can look up from other tables. So I want this option, and go to next. Then I want this from, so I'm on orders table, I want this from customers table. So next. Now these are the fields that we need to bring to this side. So what I'll do is I'll pick the customer, add it by using this arrow, or you can use this to add all of them. Then I'll add the first and last name also, so that I know which customer has ordered something. Then I'll do next here. Now here is the sorting. Either you want to sort by whatever customer ID, first name, and so on. So for now, just leave it next, and just skip all these and do finish. It will ask you to save. Do yes. Perfect. Now that one is done. Again, we have this product here, product ID. It needs to connect to the orders here. So again, come to the orders here and do that. Come back to our lookup wizard, and here next we want to get this from product. So I'll pick the product ID and the product name that way. Next. So again, we don't need to sort, and just finish this. Do you want to save? Perfect. Say yes. Now these tables are done, so I can save that. I can save that just in case. So right click and close it. Right click on this and close it. Now if you want to add fields on your table, just in case, for example, you want to know the gender of your customers. So if you want to add fields in between, for example, phone and date of birth here. So I'll come here, do that, and right click here, and I'll do insert row. So what I can do here is I can say gender, then I'll come here to short text. Now I don't want to keep on typing the gender, so I'll use the lookup wizard here, and this time I'll pick this option. I will tap in the value that I want next, and here what I generally want is a male and a female. Perfect. So next and finish. We are done with that. One more thing you can add is an attachment. Let's say you want to hold a passport of your customers or passport pictures of your customers. You can add the picture or the photo. So let's see how to do that. I can come in between the customer here and the ID, right click and say insert. Then here I can say passport. I can come here and let me choose attachment here because I want to attach a picture. Simple as that. Now save this table and close it. Now if we come to the database tools here and we click on relationship, you can see our relationship are set there. But now they are not complete. We need to enforce a bit of integrity on them. So if you click on this line here and you come to edit relationship, or if you right click on this line and you choose edit relationship, you can see we need to enforce this integrity. So enforce referential integrity, then cascade update and cascade delete. So in case you do an update on one field from one table, it should update on the other table, and if you do a delete, the same. Then do okay. Now perfect, that one is done. You come to this one also, do the same, edit relationship, enforce, cascade, and cascade update and delete. Okay, there we are, those ones are done. Right click, save it and close. Now if you open our table, customers table, there we are. Let's throw in a customer here, customer ID. Let's call this customer CP001. First name is James. Call him James Jimmy. Date of birth, let's say pick a random date today. The gender, this is a male. The phone number here, throw in a phone number. Perfect, throw in a city. Let's say city like Nairobi. Now this customer has some points here from our shopping. Let's say it's a new shopper, so 50 points. Throw in the second customer. Let's say this customer is a customer CP002, and this one is a find a name, call this Shelmy. Then date of birth, okay, just any date. And this one is female, there we are. And again, throw in a phone number. Okay, there we are. That's the, this one is from city, let's say NY, New York. And these are frequent customers, so she has 300 points. Perfect. Now, because of our relationship, if I click on this, you can see the table related to this customer at the same time, that way. So what we'll do now is let's do the product table here and enter a few products. Let's say this product is LP01 as the product. Then the product name, let's call this a HP Pavilion laptop. And the quantity you have in store is we have 30 of them. And the price, these ones cost Kenyan shillings, let's say 25,000 Kenyan shillings. Then let's do a second product here. Let's say LJ002. Let's say these are lesser suggest HP printer, and this one we have 50 of them in stock, and each one goes for 65,000 Kenyan shillings. Perfect. So now if I close that and I open my orders table, there we are. So we can do an order and know which customer, what the customer ordered. So if I come to customer here, I do this drop down here, you can see the order ID. So I can do an order ID here. Let's say order OLD 001, then the product ID. There, yeah, so you can see the product. So these bought that item, and the quantity they bought 10 of them, and they bought them at the price of 95,000, and at the date they did the purchase. Let's use today's date. Perfect. So that order is done. We can do another order again here. So OLD 002. Now let's purchase a printer, and in this case we just buy one printer, and this one goes for 65,000. Now the price here can vary if you're giving the customer a discount also, and bought today. Okay, let's do for this customer here. This customer only decided to buy a laptop. OLD that order, then pavilion. She bought only one, and she got a discount, so she bought these at 92,000, and the date is today. So we have our table there. So now this table automatically updates the orders table. So if I close this, close that, and I open the orders table, you can see our orders that were made from the customer. So this is how we do the orders, or how we set orders in how we create tables in our database. So the next thing is on the customers table, I didn't do the attachment here. For example, I want a picture of this customer here. So let me try and update the picture. If you double click on it, it will give you this option here. It will open this. So let me repeat that. You do a double click, it will give you this option to add a picture. So just click on add here, and try and find your picture where they are. So I think on my desktop here, I have some pictures somewhere. Let me see. Might have some pictures here. Okay, not getting them. Just a minute. Okay, let me pick a picture, that one, and I say open. There's the picture, and say okay. So now you can see it is one, meaning that attachment, it already has a picture, or that customer has a picture. So when we do the report, you'll be able to see that picture. So just one more thing, our phone number here, you can see that the 0 is not appearing. So you can do, or you can customize how you want your data to appear. So if I click on this table here and go to design view here, and I come to the phone number, which is here, and I come to the format here, I can specify how I want my order to be. So in this case, I want my phone number to have 10 digits, and the first digit is a 0. So what I can do is I can put some 10 zeros here. As simple as that. So which means each 0 represents a number, or holds a number. So if I save this and open it in datasheet view, you can see now our 0 pops in there. So our first number is 0. We have that. So that's how we do. For example, if I want to change the format of this date, can also modify it using the, just do that, then come to date of birth here, then come to the format here. You can specify how you want the date to be. For example, if I want it to be day, then followed by month, I can do DD hyphen MM for month hyphen YY, Y for Y is for year. So what we'll have here is the date followed by the month and followed by the year. So save that, go back, you can see the format that we are having there. So you can use this option down here to format things the way you want them to appear, or you can do some validation on and on. So I think that's all for now. So we meet on the next lesson, where we'll be talking more about tables, and we shift on to forms and queries. So thank you.